Hi everyone, my name is Kelsey and I'm a speech-language pathologist. In today's video, we're going to be going over some speech and language milestones that you can expect your child to reach in the first year of their life. That being said, every child's different, so they may not reach every one of these milestones that I'll be going over within the first year. I've also included some tips at the end of the video to encourage your child's speech and language at this age. All right, let's go ahead and get started. The first age range that I will be going over is between birth and 3 months of age. So within these first 3 months of life, you can expect your child to get startled at loud noises and even begin to recognize your voice. You can tell that they recognize your voice if they either smile maybe when they hear it, get quiet, or they may even stop crying when they hear your voice. In terms of communicating, they will start to have different cries for different things. So for example, they'll have one cry for when they're hungry or another one for when they're tired. They'll start to coo, which means making different vowel sounds like ooh or ah, and they may even start smiling at people. The second age range is between 4 and 6 months. At these ages, they will start to track noises with their eye gaze. They will start to notice the different tones in your voices or react differently depending on what tone you have. They'll also start to show more of an interest in different games or toys that make noise and show more of an interest in music. As far as communication goes, they will coo or babble when playing with you, or even laugh or make other sounds other than crying when they are upset or happy. Babbling will sound different than cooing, as I mentioned in the last age ranges. It will be more of a consonant and vowel put together like ba, da, or ma. The third and last age range I'll be going over is between 7 months and 1 year. At this age range, they will start to actually turn their head in the directions of sounds. So rather than just kind of like following the sounds with their eyes like this, they'll actually start to turn their head like that when they hear a noise. They will also start to look at something when you point to it, start to play games such as peekaboo and patty cake. So not just show an interest in it, but actually start to play with you, as well as show more of an interest in stories or songs. They will also start to understand common words for items and people, as well as understand and respond to common phrases such as no, come here, and their name. Speaking may look like more than just putting two sounds together. So instead of just saying ba or da, they're going to be saying ba, 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 ma, 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 things like that. They will also start to use sounds and gestures to get someone's attention, such as shaking their head for no, or reaching up to someone when they want to be picked up. They'll also start pointing to different objects to show someone what they want, use a variety of different sounds, and even say 1 to 2 words, even if the words are not super clear. All right, so those are most of the speech and language milestones that you can expect your child to reach within the first year of life. So now I'm going to be going over some tips to encourage their speech and language at this stage. The first tip I have is to work on your child's imitation skills, which will be key in developing speech and language. One of the ways that you can do this is by showing them what imitation looks like by actually imitating them. So you can imitate the different sounds they make or the different faces that they make. You can also show them imitation through motor movements such as clapping their hands, blowing kisses, or waving goodbye. The second tip I have is to model speaking for your child. So there's something called self-talk, which is when you're narrating what you're doing or what you see throughout the day. An example of this could be when you're cooking. So you could say, Okay, now I'm washing the carrots and I'm chopping them. And you can eat them and say, carrots taste good. So you can see that you're just kind of narrating what you're thinking or what you're doing. The third tip I have is to respond to your child when they make different sounds or gestures. So in order to do this, just stop what you're doing, look at them, and then you could maybe even copy what they're doing. The fourth tip I have is to teach your child the different sounds that animals make. And finally, the fifth tip I have is to read to your child. So this doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to be sitting down and reading a whole book to them from start to finish. It will more likely look like you sitting down with them and taking your child's lead, maybe just showing them the different pictures that are in the book and kind of pacing yourself depending on how interested your child is in each page. There's a ton more information on the developmentally appropriate way to read your child a book at this age. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll go ahead and link another video I made down in the description below. All right, those are all the tips I have. But before wrapping up this video, I just want to say that a common thing that may contribute to a delay in these skills are ear infections. Make sure to go get your child checked out by a doctor if you think they may have an ear infection or just aren't hearing that well. An easy way to check this out at home is to see if your child turns when they hear a noise or when someone is talking. Even if you do see that they do these things, but you're still concerned, it definitely doesn't hurt to just go to your doctors to make sure that they're hearing well or don't have any ear infections. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching and maybe even learned something new. I hope you all have a great day and happy talking.